on this first one, you have some simplifying to do on the left. So what's 4t and 6t? Yep, 10t. Yep, and then minus 7. 10t equals negative 40. And then what? Okay, divide by 10. So you should get t equals negative 4. Okay, then on this one you have distributive property. So what's 3 times n? 3n. 3 times 2? 6. Okay, and then you have to combine like terms, so it's n and 3n. Okay, then you can start solving. So what do you do? 4n is less than 4, and then what? Divide by 4. So you should get n is less than 1. Questions on that? Nope. Okay. All right, and then the last one, what do you have to do if you are solving an inequality and multiply or divide by a negative number? Yep, flip the sign. We're going to simplify this objective because this objective is so long. Okay. So we're going to switch it to students will be able to solve equations and inequalities with variables on both sides and identify ones with no solution or an infinite number of solutions. Okay, so these problems are going to kind of begin the same, where you're going to simplify first. So if you have distributive property, you'll do that first. Combining like terms on each side, you'll do that first. And then you'll have variables on each side of the equal sign or the inequality symbol. So then what I always do is I always move the variables over to the left side. You might have learned to do whichever one, left or right, whichever makes it positive, or however you might have been taught, and that's fine if you're good with that. I personally just need the same thing every time, so I just always move to the left, okay? So on this one, this is going to be like the most basic example. This is when you already have just the maximum of things on each side. You have something with a variable and something without on both sides. So once you're at this point with like a variable and a constant, I always take the variable that's on the right side and then move it over to the left. So how am I going to make 2 go to 0?
Negative.
Yep, negative 2. So minus 2x. And you have to keep like terms in mind, okay? So you have to do it with the other x. So minus 2x over here. All right, and then what's 5x minus 2x? 3x plus 2 equals 14. And then it's just a normal 2-step equation. So what do I do next? Yeah, minus 2. So you get 3x equals 12. And then what? Yep, divide by 3. So you get x equals 4. Good? Okay, so always locate the variable that's on the right side and do the opposite to the other side. Okay, so try this next one. Done? Okay. All right. So on this one, you should be moving the 4K over. So how am I going to move that? Yep, minus 4K. So you're going to get 3K plus 2 equals, make sure you brought that down as a negative 10 because of the minus in front of it. Okay. Okay, then what do I do? Yep, minus 2. So you get 3K equals negative 12. And then what? Yep, divided by 3. So you get K equals negative 4. Got it? Yeah? Cool. All right. So now we're going to do the same thing, but just with inequalities, okay? Just to practice in case we multiply or divide by negative. All right, problem 2. So still nothing to simplify, so we're just going to start. So I'm going to move the 6n over. Yep.
Will it ever be like a different, like, letter? Like 6n and then on the other side it's like 6
No.
y?
Well, when we get to y equals mx plus b, or yes. In one section of this, we're like rearranging formulas to solve for another variable, but that's only like one section. Yeah.
Why do you always put the number on the right over it?
Just because for our final answer, we usually like it with like the variable on the left, like to start the problem, instead of like negative 4 equals k, which isn't a big deal for the equation ones, but for the inequalities, we don't have to rewrite them. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to. You can subtract the 3 in over there and then get the same answer, but then you'll have to rewrite the answer. I just like to do the same thing every time. Yeah. All right, so how do I get 6n to move? Yeah, minus 6n. Okay, so we have negative 3n plus 8 is greater than negative 1. And then what? Yeah, minus 8. So you get negative 3n is greater than negative 9. And how do I finish that? Yeah, divide by negative 3. And since I'm dividing by negative, what do I got to do? Flip the sign. Yep, so n is less than 3 now. Got it? So you guys try the next one. Okay, are we done? Done? Yes? Okay. All right, so how do I move the negative 2b over? Yeah, plus 2b. So we'll get 5b plus 12 is greater than 27. Okay, then what? Yeah, minus 12. So get 5b is greater than 15. So b is greater than what? Yep. Yep. Good? Yeah? Okay, cool. Cool. All right, so now we're going to just add some stuff before, so just some simplifying stuff. So like on this one, for example, we have distributive property, okay? So on the left, let's distribute the 2, so what's 2 times 5x? 10x. 2 times negative 1? Negative 2. 3 times x? And then 3 times 11? 3. And you don't have any like terms or anything, so that's now going to be just like the last problems we did as far as solving. Huh?
Wait, how can you run it d3x?
You would, but I just mean like on that side there's no like terms, and then on that side there's no like terms. Does that make sense? Okay. So now how do I move the 3x over? Yeah, minus 3x. So I get 7x minus 2 equals 33. Okay, then what? Yeah, plus 2. 7x equals 35. And then divide. So you get x equals 5. All right, any questions on that? All right, do you guys want to do these like one at a time? And then check it, or just do you guys do them both and then we'll go over them both? Do both? Okay, so, all right, so you guys do both those. Okay, we good? Okay. All right, so for A, 4 times 2y? Yep, 8y. 4 times 1? 2 times y? 2 times negative 13? 26, yep. Okay, so then we have to move the 2y. How do we do that? Yep, minus 2y. So 6y plus 4 equals negative 26. And then what? 4. So you get 6y equals negative 30. So y equals what? Okay. All right, this one, yeah, that's it. Got it? Yeah. 7 times 4? 28. 7 times negative a? 7a. 3a times a? 3 times negative 4? Good. And then move the 3a. Subtract. So you get 28 minus 10a equals negative 12. Make sure you're bringing that down as a negative because of this fraction. Okay, then how do I get rid of the 28? Yep, minus 28. Negative 10a equals negative 40. And then, so what does a equal? Yep. Good.
I obviously don't know.
Any questions on any of that? Is that like would make anybody else like so happy like seeing all that work? I don't know why. All right. All right, moving on. So now we're going to talk about special cases, okay? So there are sometimes some equations that you will be able to plug anything in for the variable and it's going to work, okay? So that's going to be infinitely many solutions. I like these. An identity is also the same thing as that. So these are the same. It's just that identity can only be used for equations, whereas infinitely many solutions can be used for both. So that's why we're just going to use the infinitely many since it can be used for both. Okay. That's going to mean that every number works for the variable. Okay, like everything's a solution. Then you're going to have no solution, which is where nothing is going to be a solution. Like you could search and plug in numbers forever and nothing will work. The way that you're going to know that you have one of these cases is that while you're solving, your variables will completely cancel out and you'll have no variables left over at all, just numbers, okay? Then you have to figure out if what you have left is true or false, and that's going to dictate what type you have. True would be infinitely many solutions, everything's the answer. False would be no solution, okay? So I'll kind of show you what this looks like. So on this first one, let's simplify. Okay, what's 2 times 5x? 10x. 2 times 6? 12? Did you say 820? All right, so then you would move the variables over. So how would you move 10x? Yep, minus 10x. Okay, so what's 10 minus 10? 0. So does that mean I just put x? No, that's 1x, right? X is just 1x. 0 means nothing. Gone. So you end up with 12 equals 12 left over. So you have to figure out, is that true or is that false? Does 12 equal 12? Yes, that's true. So that means that your answer is, you can either say identity, since it's an equal sign, or you can say infinitely many solutions. I abbreviated it like this. That means that there is an infinite number of solutions, an infinite number of numbers that work. So I could plug in for the x's, I could plug in 3, I could plug in negative 5, I could plug in 99, I could plug in any number and it's going to work, okay? Everything's the answer. Okay, on this one. On this one we have like terms. So what's negative 3m and 12m? 9m. Okay, so now you have to move this variable over, so what are you going to do? Yeah, minus 9m. Where's the other m? Okay, so it's 9 minus 9? 0. So you get negative 4 equals 5. Is that true or false?
False.
False, yep. So you know your answer is going to be no solution. Good? Okay, try those next two. Another minute or so. Let's do this. So on the first one, distribute first. So it's 3 times 4b. 3 times negative 2. Yep. Positive or negative? Yeah, so do minus 6. Okay, then we have to get rid of the b on this side. So what do I do with it? Yep, minus 12b. Okay, 12 minus 12? 0. Negative 6 equals negative 6. Is that true or false? True. So it's going to be infinitely many solutions. Okay. All right, negative 1 times 3? Negative 3. Negative 1 times negative 2x? Yep. Well, guys, negative 1 times negative 2. Positive 2. Yep, so plus 2x. All right, and then how do I move the x over?
Minus 2x.
Okay, that zeroes out. So 7 equals negative 3. True or false? False. So what's your answer? No solution. Got it? Okay. All right, last ones we're going to do are the same thing, but with inequalities. Okay. Okay, cool. So on this one, all right, 2 times 5?
10.
2 times negative 4a? Negative 8a. Okay, then how am I going to move the negative 8a over? Yep, add 8a. Negative 8 plus 8? 0. So you have 10 is greater than or equal to 10. True or false? True. So what's your answer? Infinitely many solutions. Yep. If that line underneath it was not there and it was just 10 is greater than 10, would that be true or false? False. Yep. So just be careful. Okay. And then what? Okay. Here, combine like terms. 7m minus m. 6m. Okay, then how do I move the 6m over? Minus 6m. 6 minus 6 is 0. So you get negative 5 is greater than 7. Is that true or false? False, yeah. So what's your answer? Yep, no solution. Good. All right, then you guys do the last two got it.
What if it was, the 7 is greater than
Then it'd be true. Yeah, so yeah. Yeah, so don't think about it as like equal on both sides. Think about it as like true or false. All right, so you guys are 2 in those.
Is anything left? Clean it up. Why do you record the lessons? Why do you record the lessons? Why? What a good teacher. What a good teacher. Okay, you look just next.
Kind of this one. Yeah, so do 7.
Math sucks. It's so boring. Math sucks. It's terrible. I have no idea what we're doing. Test.
I feel like everybody keeps coming into my room and saying Oh yeah, I gotta do that by test. Oh yeah, I have a test that I know, yeah. Like no one knows everything.
Ask Amy, but this Colby doesn't teach. This one doesn't teach.
Why do you have my hair?
Huh?
It's yours?
Yeah. I do.
Oh, it's my mother's. Right. Well, we didn't play this. She would have told me it wasn't even done.
Yeah, I put your ear on my ear. That's disgusting. It is Cyrus.
Yeah.
Why is it so bad?
I see what?
Why did you get that?
Oh, he's a freshman. 2 years ago.
This is hair.
Hmm?
It was weird.
Are you guys done? Okay. Alright, so on this one you have to simplify it all, so how do you move the 5n over? Yeah, minus 5n. So that's 0, so you get 9 is less than or equal to negative 1. True or false? So what's your answer? Yep. Alright, and this one you have stuff on the right side to simplify first. So what is 7x minus x? Okay, and then how do you move the 6x over? Yep, minus 6x. So 8 is greater than or equal to 2. True or false?
True.
True. So what's your answer? Yep, infinitely many solutions. Good.
This is the only Yeah. Check that off. You math.
Okay. Alright, so number 1, 3x plus 4.
Let's see it.
Okay, there's those. So put those answer up in a minute.
So I'm looking at the max on it.
Ready for answers? Yeah, careful. First one, x equals 7. Then infinitely many solutions. And then no solution. Good?